Second Tuesday, which is
Oh,
always.
yeah.
Right through it, but I can look at it.
No, look into it, cause they did it downstairs. Everybody else. I don't need them.
I think that we need to.
Years.
Very soon.
Yeah. I wanna get out there, I just haven't.
Time to go to bed. Oh, no, we're seniors.
All right, it's close enough. Let's do it. All right. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I have one little quick change to make to the agenda. The discussion of personal issues, the employee is okay going to closed section, and it needs to say also with an elected official. Because there's an issue between that, there was a complaint made, so we need to take care of that also with the same thing, so. Okay, all right, so I just need a motion to accept the consent agenda.
I move we accept the consent.
All in favor? Aye, anybody opposed? No, all right, so let's go right into reports. Yeah, what you got?
Things are going good. We got our air compressor hooked up yesterday, so we can take care of our SCBA's now. Filling them. That's all said and done with. Complete. Thank you guys and thank the board for that very much. Otherwise, I think things are just kind of on a even plane right now. And so, it has potential, but I think if we get through this weekend, we'll be all right.
He had to say that.
Ron, you got anything to add with the ambulance?
Yeah, I won't use the word saying that it's been that word, but it's been
We're good.
peaceful.
Good. All right. Assessors report, all of the building permits are done and ready to go, so that everything has been checked in the township. There was a couple that we'll recheck to see if any percentage of completion changes by December 31st, but besides that, we're good. And that's about it, the assessor.
Excuse me, do you mention board review December at that point or at this point? Don't we have a December area center mission?
Yeah, but it's the 15th, I think it's after the next meeting.
Oh, it might be.
I don't know what that one is, you know?
All right.
Yeah, I think it's after our next meeting. But we do have a December board review, it's posted outside, but I believe it's after the next meeting, I didn't check on that. And we may not have it, because if there's nothing on the agenda, we don't have to have them. Jason's not gonna have one, and I don't think we have anything, because the state has now passed vets, the assessor does, the state does not have to go to board review anymore. So if the vet meets the letter, the assessor can,
Just poverty or anybody wants to complain.
and they can't really complain, that's for March. They can't challenge their assessment only in March. So it's basically just errors and omissions, and I don't think we have any.
Yeah, I wanna say the meeting might be December 12th, but, and I don't remember when the meeting date was, so that's why I brought it up, sorry.
Okay, no, it's okay.
Meeting is the 12th.
So it's the same day.
Is it, so maybe it's the same day?
It's the same mark, so we have a December board review, if it's gonna be held, it will be, on December 12th at 6 o'clock. And then, yeah, because the veterans are now, once the state figures out all the paperwork, they're gonna fill it out once, and they're never gonna have to do it again unless something changes with their disabled status. So instead of like right now, a vet has to come in every year and fill out the same paperwork, get the same letter with a different date on it. Now, if you're a disabled vet, you're a disabled vet unless something physically changes for you. You will remain that for the remainder of your life and for your spouse's life also.
That makes more sense.
It's really.
Makes a lot more
Really.
sense. We've been begging the state to do this for a long time, so, yeah, that is gonna be done, so. Tim, you got anything?
Yeah, been taking care of a lot of leaves.
So you got that new trailer for Cortman?
The trailer is working out great. There has been, I think it's going 10 times faster. Getting them done, scooping them up, I mean, it's been great. There's probably a few people out there that think that they need to get cleaned up more, but, the whole park has been done once. I did a day and a half or whatever here. But otherwise the trailer, everything's blowing in nice, it's dumping nice. Thanks to, Wellston Lube for a quick fix, cause I had an inside dually go flat when I had a full trailer load, and was able to at least unload and unhook and get that to them, and thanked them for slipping that in and getting that done quick. The cemeteries are drained, water's off. Tables for in this room. I have fixed 5 or 6 or 7. There's probably 2 or 3 of them that are not fixable. I've heard through a couple of things that have happened in here, like I don't remember what they're called, but
Craft show?
we might be short.
Okay.
It's probably too late. I guess the next thing I'm thinking is there that Thanksgiving dinner here, which is probably
Saturday.
next week.
Saturday.
Yeah, it's 18.
I don't know where you got these before, but
The newer ones came from Sam's Club.
I was gonna say Sam's. are
so
kinda-
the same measurement, the same everything. I can order them right from Uline and have them shipped here. Nobody has to go anywhere to go do anything, unless somebody wants to go somewhere to go get them. And I didn't check out any more prices other than Uline. They're like they're
That's about what they were at
$115
Sam's
for
Club.
one, $105 if I get more than 4.
Yeah, that's what they were at Sam's. They're a little over $100 a piece.
So
Just ordered for it?
Let's order 5. You good with that?
okay.
Yeah.
So-
okay, Yeah.
I did,
Order five.
okay. So there was 2 kinds that they had to choose from, same size. One is just more of they call it a deluxe, because I have a feeling that it's probably made a little bit better, but people are gonna sit on them, and that's what's happening to them most of the time. They sit on them, bend stuff, so. And those were probably just about $100 more, so. And they're gray, they don't match the white ones we already have, so.
But, yeah.
5, 4, 5,
5.
okay,
5 of the white sheep, $100 ones.
okay, perfect.
Yes, it is.
And then tomorrow's a holiday, so I won't be around. Possibly Thursday, possibly Friday, but they should just turn that into a holiday. They got a holiday for everything else.
Hey, it's the first time, that's brought in history that I can remember kids have to go to school tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Second year in a row.
Second year,
You need
yeah.
to negotiate that with your union.
Yeah.
So, do you want to remove the flags for the veterans for the winter? We don't just leave them out there for the snow, do we?
No, they usually get one.
Yes, I will grab them.
I'll help you, but it won't be till, I'll get with you.
I know
Yep.
Lonnie was saying Saturday, the Boy Scout troop did the Iron Cemetery, so maybe they'll help.
Took
over
them
there.
out?
Yeah. They did all the cemeteries over in Iron.
There's
All of
not-
them.
There's not a ton of them.
There really is tiny. There's a decent amount, but
We'll get them out.
Okay. Management Council, okay, so Val has, well, sure, her report here basically is every Saturday is filled up right now, reserved. There's a Thanksgiving dinner, and then she goes and talks, just a couple of the little things being rented. But she talks about wanting to print out, Joanne's been working with her with this a little bit, about wanting to print out a new brochure. And she would like to adjust the fee schedule. So I'm gonna kind of read through this if anybody has any questions, because I think it's pretty good. I talked to her about it. So the first one is residents. And we're gonna call during the week, Sunday through Thursday is during the week, okay? So residents, it's a 4-hour minimum, $10 an hour. So if you rent it for 4 hours, you rent it for 3 hours, it's $40. If you rent it for 5 hours, it's $50, or $60 for 6 hours. Saturdays and Sundays, or I'm sorry, no, I'm sorry. So, and then Fridays and Saturdays, that's our weekend. It's $15 an hour unless you want it for the whole day. And it's $200 a day or $350 for the weekend. So very similar. That's for residents, for weddings, when people want to rent the whole thing and keep that whole time frame.
300 a day, and what was it?
It's 200 a day or $350 for the entire weekend.
50.
So that would be
For
like
both
Friday
days.
night to Sunday noonish, you know, is our like 2-day time period. Similar to what we have now. So you have that wedding cleanup through, you know, set up on Friday, wedding Saturday, cleanup on Sunday. We get that occasionally. Okay, and then for non-residents, the during the week rate, 4-hour minimum is $20. So it's 8 hours minimum rent fee for a non-resident, no matter how many hours. So 80 would include up to the first 4, and then it's $20 extra after that. Fridays and Saturdays, so like an early morning, just something on Saturday is $25 an hour, with for the whole weekend being, or for the day being $350 and the whole weekend being $500. Does that make sense to everybody?
That's from Friday to Sunday at noon, right?
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
350 for both days,
Yep. And
and
500
for.
No, it's $350 for the day, for the whole day Saturday, or $500 for the whole weekend, which is like Friday night through Sunday morning, so it's like a 24-hour period there. I don't know if we've ever had anybody rent this hall that I can recall that wasn't a resident or didn't have a resident rent it for them. That very seldom happens.
Yeah, but we do have that, Michigan, or the Manistee Township, or so, Michigan Township, what is the one that's around here?
Manistee
They do
Township.
that for their dinner, right?
Yeah,
Or
we
do
always
just-
give that.
Do we just give it?
We always give that
I
to
didn't
them,
know.
let them, yeah,
Yeah.
we've always given that to them in the past, so. Are you guys good? I can tell Val to, or Jason can tell Val, if she's good, and she can go ahead and put that in the,
We mentioned
Right.
deposit.
oh, she has on.
Does she have that?
She has that, sorry, I didn't read the
We did,
deposit.
I did talk to her
So-
about it
Yeah,
too,
there's a
so
whole
we
other-
met, Val
Yeah,
knows
there's-
the
oh, yeah,
deposit
there's
too. There's more.
Rental deposit is $150 for the event. $250 an event with alcohol. So it's $150 for an event, $250 if the event has alcohol in it.
And then you get your personal rider and your own insurance for alcohol, right?
Yep,
You
yep,
gotta have proof of that.
Right.
I have a question.
yes.
Is this comparable to other townships, what they're doing?
Yes and no, probably no, because there's not many townships that have a hall like us, as big as this. So,
I think Shron's more.
Yeah,
Stronach's more, I think Stronach's, we don't have the exact, like Stronach's a much bigger hall, where Manistee Township's much smaller, Dixon's is tiny. You know, so I think it's comparable to where the other ones are at.
Well, you know, I'm not opposed to checking, and maybe we just table till the next meeting and make it effective the beginning of the year or something, once
Well-
we do know.
All right, well, I
That's a
will
valid
make,
point.
I will
don't
make
know
a,
really, but I just know that they haven't been raised in a while.
I will make a call to the other halls, find out, and I will let Val know.
Well, unless, I mean, it's not just mine, if everybody else wants to just do
I
it
think
now.
we're pretty good. At Manistee Township was pretty close to the same money, because we rented it last year, and I don't know if they went up this year, but it's really close.
So does everybody wanna just do it now, or,
I-
mean, if.
I think
it's
these
up to
numbers
the
are
board.
fair. They're not much change than what we are now,
I
really.
think it's a $5 difference.
Yeah, it's like $5 difference per hour.
It's still cheap.
Yeah, it's very cheap to run a hall. But we're not in this for the hall in business either. We're just here to offer.
I'll make a motion to accept it as is.
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Nobody. Okay, 5-0. And then she writes, I am voiding the contract we have with the rental of Norton Township Hall on November 11th, 2023. Oh, that's never mind. We're just returning that because that was a fundraiser event. So, all right, so Keller, go ahead.
Okay.
We're good. All right, so,
Alright, yeah, that was, sorry, that was Park and Rec, sorry.
Parks and Rec.
I don't have nothing.
We gotta get the porta potties picked up.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
forgot about that. I can call on it if you want me to, I got
Because
the
there's
number now.
the two at the lake and the one by the playground. I don't
Yes.
know if the dock
That-
still has one or not,
I didn't, if the who?
down
The
by
dock.
the dock, other dock.
Yeah, it's still there.
It's still
The
there.
old fishing dock?
So we take them out completely for the winter, there's
Yeah.
nothing?
Yep, there's
And when
nothing.
do we bring them back? I don't know.
Springtime, when the
May.
weather starts, May,
May?
yeah,
Yeah,
the weather starts getting,
right before
Memorial
Memorial
Day.
Weekend.
They were just here in
Yep.
Service.
and,
Get them all nice and clean when they pick them up.
alright, so planning, you got anything?
Never
Yeah,
picked them up
actually
last year,
do.
they just turned them on.
Okay,
So we're looking into doing a survey to send out, just kind of to gather some information about people and different things. And also, this is actually for the board, chapter 8, kind of want you guys to read it and possibly just get rid of it completely.
Okay.
Because the majority of the stuff that's on chapter 8 does not pertain to our township.
that's the one that talks more about like city stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Alright. I will text or call Ben or Bob and have him send
Yeah,
you
we don't
all
need
an email on that, okay?
yeah, we
Sending
don't,
chapter 8, 'cause I'm sure we all have it at the ready, but, yeah.
we don't need it until April. And then, we are gonna change our meeting time back to the first Tuesday of the month after that. So, because the third, it just doesn't
Just got it off my arm.
Okay,
Sorry,
that's all.
Change it to when?
work. They're gonna end up changing it after April to the first Tuesday of the month.
Yeah, the way,
At 6 p.m.?
Yes,
the way it used to be, okay.
yep. It's just a lot easier.
Alright, and then zoning, basically you got 2 building permits right now, and then 1 demo permit. Besides that, you know, it's slowing down at this time of year, not a lot of stuff going on, answering a lot of phone calls for buildings and stuff for next year is what they told me, so. Alright. Public communication, anybody, Jay, is there anybody?
Just
signed
me.
up? Just you? Okay.
Just me. I want to thank everyone that came to the Veterans Breakfast, and a special thank you to Julie Kellstrom, Mickey Bueller, Rhea Ostrowski, Denise Nagel, and Boy Scout Troop 61, and everyone, of course, that donated. And then I'd like to present this to the board. This is what we collected.
Thank you. So it's about $500, $500 exactly. So, who gets it?
Yeah, there's a line item there.
Okay. So that, yeah, because the boosters have put in about
Yes.
12, yep, so there's a line item for that
Veterans
memorial.
Memorial.
Okay. And then one other public comment, because it came up in public, and, you know, it's a living thing that we do. You know, we've always kept the leaf pile for, you know, the village. We kept it for small because we have had people in the past that had large acres that have brought truckload after truckload of leaves and brush and everything else, and we are that area over there is very finite. But it was brought to my attention that we do have a couple other subdivisions that are out there and that are small lots. So, because the village is small lots, do we also want to include the Dublin sub, and I think it's called Deerfield sub, the one over there by Joseph and Mary and all that, and allow them to use that section too? Just nobody's ever asked, this is the first person that's ever asked to use it, and I'm like, you know, it's probably a valid point, it was never really brought up before.
I didn't know you had to ask to use it from being there, considering that you're in Wellston still.
Well, we only use it for the village, for small lots, and people complain and moan, but here's the thing, we can open to everybody, and then we can be done tomorrow. Because it would fill up, we are not, I mean, Fisher's, it's already said $20,000 to empty it, we're not gonna have a leaf disposal bin. So we are trying to keep it, so somebody like myself that has larger acreage, I gotta find a place to put my leaves, I'm not bringing them here, because we did have people with, I think they had 40 acres, and they filled that thing up one year.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
You know, and I mean, they're great people and everything, but they have to understand that sometimes life isn't always fair. And we do this because the people that really don't have, that have small lots, that have nowhere to get rid of it. You know, so does anybody have a problem allowing that to kind of be known that the smaller lots in the outer subdivisions can bring them to?
But I guess my question is, what happens when it is filled up?
Yeah, what's
You know,
Norman
we
Township gonna do with
Our
the-
stuff.
our stuff around the lake?
Well, we would have to shut it down before that point. I mean, if it got to that point to where if it could only handle the 6 or 10 truckloads that he brings in a year, and that's what'll rot down every year, and we throw lime on it, then that's what we're gonna do. If that happens, that happens. You know, I mean, or we find another solution, but we really don't, you know, leaves are a big problem.
Can we restrict it without a special assessment?
We always have. Somebody
And
wants
it
to sue us,
wasn't-
let them sue us. I mean, at this point, there's only so much we can do, because it's really easy, you want to sue us, I'll shut it down. We just shut it down, the board will shut it down, because we built that berm, we put that up, the stuff that we went through to try to get people, we've cleaned up. Jordan has, Jason has, we've cleaned up garbage, appliances, we've cleaned up loads of shingles. The history of that has become a dumping ground. So we've made it restricted, and we've limited it to certain area, because if you don't, you'll have nothing.
So then do you limit it to a potential 4 yards like we do the other and say that, yes, we're gonna open it up and residents?
Who's gonna monitor that? That's why we just give the keys to the village, and then we can include those other 2 subs. In my 20 years or 16 years sitting on this board, we've only had 1 person from those other 2 subs ever ask. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's a huge issue that we have to really worry about right now. You know, I just don't see it as being a huge issue, but it was brought up, and it is a valid point that we have these 100 by 100 lots here. There are 100 by 100 lots out there too. You know, they're small lots, so it's something never been thought of. It never was brought up. Makes sense. You know, and hopefully nobody abuses it. Hopefully not everybody's out there when, you know, Bill's out there burning his leaves, and the neighbor says, well, just take them there. It's so much easier. You have to understand. If it gets abused and it gets overused, we'll end up losing it, guys. There's
And
only
I
so
don't
much we
think they
can
can
do.
bring brush too.
Yeah,
limbs.
and the brush is very limited. We try, that's why we did the key thing. And I told Bill to start keeping all the keys, come get them on a Saturday.
The only bad part about that is, like, you can gate it, you can berm it, but you can drive right down the road and throw the crap in the ditch.
And if people want, you can't legislate the idiot out of somebody. You know what I mean? So we do the best we can, and that's all there is, because, I mean, I had people, I remember when we put the cameras up at the beach, when we had that, I had a very well-respected man, he goes, I'm just gonna have my grandkids shoot them out. Thanks. You know, but that's what people, yes, go ahead.
Oh, 3 things. Where is it posted that it's just limited to the?
It's not.
Okay, and then where, you've been sitting on the board how long?
I've been on
16 years?
yeah.
What happened before that, was that, what people do?
It got abused. It was there, over the time it's been filled up.
Right, but it wasn't actually designated, or just people were dumping it there, they didn't?
People were dumping it there, and I believe it was, Mr. Schuschler that put it in to regulate what went in there. You know, it was always, the intent going back, as long as I can remember, 30, 40 years, it was always just where the village dumped their leaves. That's where it originally started. And then folks from the outer areas started coming in that owned 10, 20 acres, and they were dumping trees. And you can dig in there, there's oak trees in there that are bigger around than this table. And that's what filled it up. It got abused. So that's why I built the berm with the help of some of the other guys around here. We put the gate up. We locked it up. It became a pain. Everybody said, we're just gonna cut the locks. I think Jason told you, well, we'll just make copies of the keys. We'll do whatever we want. And none of that happened. You know, we're trying to, so when the people have nowhere else, at least it's somewhere. But if you want, I mean, I can bring my 20 acres of leaves here. I mean, that's not the point. The point is we're trying to be nice about it.
What I'm trying to say is, okay, so that gets filled up eventually over time. Then what? What are people gonna do then? They're gonna have to go back to their old ways of doing stuff in their own yard, and not take it in state and federal land, or private property.
Yep, there was a complaint about state federal land, and I
Yep.
called the state on that, and they said, you know, we don't recommend it, but we've never given a ticket for it.
No, because nobody complains about it or follows through with the complaint, like I am.
Okay. All right, well,
And
that's
it's
your
not
choice.
state, it's federal land over there, not state. I've got my plat map, so I can prove
Okay,
it.
I mean, that's your choice. my point is that we have offered something for people, and we hope people
Do you
understand.
find
that
something
those-
funny, Meryl?
No?
Okay, this is a board meeting, yes, Tim, go ahead.
I've had lots of people ask me to bring any kind of brush. I've been flat out saying no to the brush, so if we stick to the leaves, leaves will decompose and they'll kind of just go away.
Yep.
If you guys say yes to these other developments, I'm hoping and I don't think we're gonna get overwhelmed unless a bunch of people just go out there and say, bring all your leaves so we can fill up this place, and then let's see what they're gonna do. If there's 2 or 3 people from this development and 4 from this one and 3 from this one, I think we'll be okay.
Yep.
It's a pain in the butt to pack up your leaves and haul them someplace like this.
Right.
I mean, some people burn them, some people compost them themselves, some people haul them here. Let's try the 1, 2, 3, whatever developments, and
Yep.
you don't get a key until you sign your name to a piece of paper and you have your phone number. That's gonna kind of eliminate people from bringing trash, because now whoever, Bill or whoever, and I wouldn't mess with Bill, he has your number, and if he notices that there is something that shouldn't be in there, somebody's gonna call and say, hey, you know, you dumped this. Somebody just asked me today, they cut down a great big pine tree, can I bring my branches to that? And I said, it's gotta be just leaves, otherwise we're gonna fill it.
Yep.
So,
And I think you're right, and I don't think it'll be a problem. Now, there are somebody maybe watching that, or somebody that could be vindictive and go, just wanna cause a hassle for this board, that's their choice. So, I think we're good with, anybody got a problem with letting the other out? If somebody really needs it and they are in one of the small subs, does anybody have a problem with that? Okay. All right, because I told the person that had brought to my attention that it should be done. I said, we will talk about it, and we did, so. All right, so let's go on to new business here. Boosters Crest, okay, so Ms. Cummings, she requested the use of the hall for euchre from 4:30 to 8 on Sunday. Anybody got a problem with that?
No.
Okay, so we can tell her they can use it. All right, that seems to be after the material girls anyways, so. So scrap metal at the transfer station. So you know we haven't been taking scrap metal, and I talked to a couple of you about this, my idea. What if we built a 24 by 24, just 5-foot wooden fence, or 20 by, just something to hide the scrap. We let people on Saturdays, we open the gates, let people put their scrap in there. And then when it started to get full, we could let it be known to the churches, to the Boy Scouts, whoever, and we'll make a list, A, B, C, D, whatever fundraising group or wants to. In November, it's full. We call the first one on the list. You guys wanna come over and have a trailer? You can take this stuff to the dump and make money on it. You can use it for your fundraiser or for your group. Oh, no, we can't this one. Okay, we'll go to number 2. And then they just go to the bottom of the list and we'll go down our list. If nobody's willing to do it, we'll have Tim throw it in the trailer. I'll take a day off, Tim and I'll go throw it in the trailer. We have a dump trailer. But I think it would be a good fundraiser for churches, for the Boy Scouts, the group over at the school that's going to France and Italy in 2 years. I mean, there are groups that I think would readily sign up, and it's a fundraiser, and the money would go to the community. If nobody's willing to do it, we take it back, or
They can go to the fireworks.
yeah, I mean, anybody that wanted to do the fireworks, Billy that would be a group that, if they wanted to take it back, I think any group that is doing something for the community would be a usable group. I'm just saying, buy some cheap wooden fence, get over there, put it up, just so we don't see a big scrap pile. Just something to hide it, keep people out of it, open it up on trash days, they can drop it off. Because even though there's been improvements made, I think the scrap would reinitiate the problem that is trying to be fixed with our prior scrap guy. And I just think this is a way that the community is bringing their scrap and funding other community fundraisers. Yes, Tim?
What's,
Oh, sorry.
what gets me is we're trying to get the scrap out of town.
Yeah,
And now we're gonna create a pile of scrap in a fence.
yeah.
so
But rotate out
Well,
groups to take it.
So I'm on the.
just for storage for a second, just for like until it fills up.
Okay.
Just so you do your area, it fills up, Tim's like, hey man, we might make it through another day or two, or another trash day or two, call somebody and have them clean it out, and take it out of here.
So it's not gonna sit there like for a year?
No, once it
Okay,
fills up, it's
like-
gone, no.
Okay, okay.
I'm talking only a 20 by 20 area.
Oh, okay.
You know, something that would fill like a good trailer size or two, that would, is all. And then, they can take it that way, and if it doesn't work, we're only out a little bit of.
With it being on that property, we're in control of it.
Makes sense.
Yes, Tim, sorry.
After we talked a little bit off and on about this since all this happened, the more and more I think about it, I was kind of on Jason. I know where he was going, and I was on the same thing. The more and more I think about this scrap, there's plenty. I think the township needs to be done with it. There's enough people out there that put themselves on Facebook, and then nothing is on the township. I think if we put a fenced-in area, then it's gonna be people are gonna pick in it, unless we're gonna lock it and put a cover on it, and then, there's people gonna be bringing stuff, and some of the stuff that they take, it's kind of metal, but kind of trash. The one that we had that has done it before, that was great because he took it and it wasn't great, but he took what he needed out of it and spent all that time. I think there's enough scrap metal people around here. I see it I don't look on Facebook a lot, but there's people saying, hey, I got scrap, who wants to come get it? I just got a small part of me that fenced in area could turn into huge. Somebody's gonna bring I don't know, it could be a mess and we don't keep up on it.
Well, let's put it out there.
I don't know.
Tim's got a valid point. Let's see if anybody would be interested in doing it first. If any of the, groups, churches, fundraiser groups would be interested in doing it. If there's interest, then hey, yeah, we might do this. If not, then it's a moot point. The other thing, the reason why I brought that up is remember Padnos with the trailer. The problem where you don't make money with the Padnos trailer is that you can't fill it up in one day. So if that area got filled up, we could order a Padnos trailer for $350, fill it up, they come get it the next day. I mean, it might take, Tim and I and Jason to load it up one day, get rid of it all, and it's gone. So there is a way to do the Padnos trailer also. I see it, what's that? And, so that would be another way. If we did have the area just to store it and nobody wanted it, we could also just order a Padnos trailer. Padnos says where you lose money is the additional $5 or $6 a day that they charge for the rent.
They said when I talked to them, you gotta have it less than a month.
Yeah.
You're not gonna, if you fill it, cram it all in there, if you have it more than a month, then you're not gonna be making, you're gonna end up paying for. And part of me, I mean, if we're gonna, it's not like I don't think the township, another part is not we're not gonna go out there and try to make money on it. I mean, we just want it so people aren't throwing it in the woods and in the ditch and.
Making huge
I don't
piles
know.
in their yard,
What's that?
making big piles in their
I know
yard.
there's another
Well,
one starting up
I
in the
know.
road.
Yeah.
Yeah, we looked at that. That's my thought of, we need some place for the people to bring it. And if we just made an enclosure, whether we let the groups do it.
Do we as a township really need to have a place for people to bring scrap metal?
I mean, we have a place
We
for
have-
cardboard that doesn't make us any money. I mean,
Then I'll say.
recycling's a cost, is, yeah, I mean, we do a lot
I
of
mean,
stuff.
people that have scrap metal, if they wanted to, could, bring it in themselves and make a few bucks, or do these people that have a legit, that we just used for the veteran or whatever it was, that just came and picked up that, is he gonna, if somebody brings him scrap, is he gonna pay them for it, or does he just take it? I don't know.
I think most scrappers just take it.
Just
Most,
take it.
most scrappers, cause me
Go
and
ahead.
my old
Okay.
man, we scrap, okay, and we do that a lot. And, yeah, like you were saying with the Padnos thing, yes, you won't make money if you have to wait forever to fill it. And like I've seen on Facebook, a lot of people, like he said, will say, you need scrap, come get it. I see it, I go to my mail, we go get it, within a couple of days, we have everything ready and we take it in. But if you don't have a decent amount to take in, it's not worth it either, so. But most people don't ask for the money, they just give it so they can get it out of their yard. So,
If we could find a responsible person that would
Yeah, be there
dispose of
like
it.
on Saturday morning and just sit there like the old one did, haul it away where we don't have to build a fence or anything.
I don't. I think you're gonna run into the same problem what you're dealing with right now. If somebody sits there to take scrap, they're not gonna take it straight to the place. They're gonna take it home and they're gonna sort it.
And the old one never did it.
because that's the only way you can make money.
They're gonna take it home, sort it, and make as much
the only
as
way
they.
you-
I love their old scrap guy, but he had 10 acres that was just covered. It's just, we didn't know about it, it was down in Irons. So for many years, he normally got rid of their stuff.
Do you-
down in Irons.
I
Do you
guess we
just
kinda
say
need
no
know
to?
If they have groups, if we have nonprofit groups out there that are willing to move it.
Or you say no to scrap and find out what's gonna happen. Same thing with leaves, you can shut that down. I mean, if you say no scrap and there is nobody, what are people gonna do? They're gonna probably go on Facebook more and help out ones like the little scrappers that are around. That doesn't sound right, little
Yeah.
scrappers.
Well, it was just my idea.
I don't know.
So I guess everybody think about it, see what you wanna do, and I'll call around to see if there's any groups that might be interested. If we get one, then that's probably not a good thing. If we get 3 or 4, then maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. I mean, it's just an idea. So think about it, maybe come back with something different. We will actually have something on unfinished business for next month. Okay.
Or
All right.
have them do like a scrap day once a month, bring in the scrap metal.
Well, and
It
that-
still sits here, cause I don't think we'd get enough for like a Padman's trailer.
Yeah, we wouldn't get enough in a month. That's where we have talked about our spring cleanup, is doing a Patnos once.
Well, then
you
maybe
know.
also restricted during certain months, I don't know, the winter, I mean, what's the point of taking, I don't know.
The other problem is I have 2 people out there currently right now with Bob and Ben that are, one's probably gonna go to court here really soon, that both have scrap one of the signs in their yard. One of them we're working with, the other one's probably going to court. And it's not gonna be successful. I can guarantee you with our court system, nasty. So, yeah, so that's the thing, it's an issue and we can figure out a solution that doesn't cause us a lot of money or time or effort, then we do it. I mean, that's what we have to do in this township, so if we can help, if we can't, then we can't, so. All right, so, okay, so Buddy Breathers, this was a 6750, right?
What's that?
6,750 is the Buddy Breathers?
7,500.
Okay.
When we ordered our SCBA air packs, they, somehow through miscommunication, I don't know if it was on my side, part of it was on the sales guy, the Buddy Breather system did not get put on to the air packs. The Buddy Breather system, for those who don't know what a Buddy Breather is, if you're in a structure fire and just say you go through a floor collapse, you fall through a floor, you call a mayday. On the side of your air pack is an attachment where you can, another firefighter can go up to the firefighter who's down when he's getting, because you're gonna go through an extremely amount of air once you get in a situation. The Buddy Breather allows another firefighter to clip his air tank into the individual who's in distress. That did not get added on, and I was really upset that night when we got our new air packs. In fact, I had to go in my office for a couple of minutes, because I was about to.
Did you learn some new words?
You didn't insulate those walls either.
Yeah, the walls should have been insulated. So my guys want them, I need them. If you go to MSA and you look up the Buddy Breathers, Each individual buddy breather is like $1,157 and change. I talked to the sales manager. He called me because the guy, the salesman, talked to the sales manager. Sales manager called me, we talked. I told him that we up here in Norman Township Fire Department, we're wiping our butts with burns. And I said, right now, it's not a good thing. So, he said, well, this is what I'll do. He says, I've got a bunch of these air packs on the shelf. And he told me how much they were with, buying them from MSA. He says, I'll take them off some of my air packs I have. He says, I'll sell you each one for $750 a piece. Coming up here, installing them, putting them on, done deal, one shot deal. And so we need them. It's gotta happen. And so it's a huge safety thing.
Let's get them.
And like I said, when I found out that they weren't on there, Jordan was there, and I think most everybody there that, yeah, almost popped the fuse.
And Tim intercepted me to, let me know what was going on, cause I wasn't on with the time.
And so,
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
And
Thank
just
you.
if it'll put the board at ease a little bit, I just looked at our cost recovery expectation for next month, and as of today, we're due $8,037 next month. Well,
And so-
that truck accident at M55 paid in full.
Oh, okay,
So I love their insurance.
yes.
Can I ask a question? Well, I know we have a motion on the table, but, are we gonna take this out of the breathing apparatus line, or are we gonna put it under capital improvement? Where are we gonna?
I would
scratch it?
say right now is,
Capital improvement?
Would have to be.
yeah,
Or do
because,
we
the
wanna
breathing
move
apparatus line is
funds
full.
For fire recovery.
It's in the hole.
To pay for?
Well, the intent of the fire recovery funds all along has been to use them where we need them, so.
Right.
I think just put it in the general fund, take it out of the general.
Hey, Jack,
Capital outlay?
you guys talked
Capital
about
outlay,
that for
I put, say, put
air
the
compressor
fire
line a
recovery
few
capital outlay,
meetings
take it out of
back.
that.
I guess I should
You
have
were
a
ordering
second,
new
we should have
intakes.
voted for it
That's all
after
right.
we're gonna vote on
So,
it.
I thought that was all supposed
I
to
made
do
the
with
motion,
the
anybody
air
second?
I'll second.
The air compressor.
Okay,
is-
all
Yeah,
in
but,
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
apparatus
Opposed?
that you're talking about,
Okay,
I thought that was supposed to come in with the new tanks
all right,
that you ordered.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I got,
all right, let's go on to the next one, guys, here, hold on.
yeah.
So,
This is separate. Okay.
so Matthew Taylor resigned from the planning commission. I need a motion to accept his resignation.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I've already had 7 people apply for this or express interest, so I'm gonna try to talk with them all over the next month. I did not have.
Can I ask, are we gonna try to fill that before they reconvene in April so that they can get up to speed?
Yep.
Excellent.
I mean, I know personally know 3 out of the 7, but I.
Can I
wanted to
ask
talk
if
to
a
them.
certain person asked or got an application, just out of curiosity?
You can-
You can ask me later.
Okay, just curious.
Okay, all right.
You're welcome.
Okay, so,
I'll make a motion to go into
Well,
closed
it's not a bad
session.
thing.
okay, so,
7:40.
yep, we need to do that by roll call. So,
Scarra,
Yep.
Mobley,
yep,
Ty, Brady.
Yep.
7:40.
Okay.
Approved.
all right,
Who seconded it?
Meryl.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. And we'll be, yep,
Thank you, everybody.
back, yep, thank you.
That's what it's under.
I know. What?
That's the new, where she's putting it under.
Oh.
We had a bunch of them disappear.
Well, there's nothing after this unless you wanna sit here and wait for them to come back, but officially on the agenda.
No, but what they discuss has to be
All right,
voted
you're
on.
pretty
They
much
have to
the
come
spot
back.
I know about what the dam was being talked about, so.
It's the same thing that.
They do it sometimes.
But it's the water license that
Smart
has
on
to
it.
get renewed, and they don't think they're gonna renew it, that's the big thing.
Funny thing is, it's not due for another like 8
And you
years.
never know that
I thought they
we have
said
no
13.
state land around here.
Could be.
That's, yeah. and they did say
Well,
13.
their earliest is in like 8 years.
They're supposed
So
to
they're
be
like 13 facilities.
We get to get our buddy breathers.
You weren't in.
Yeah, that's kind of a,
What? No.
No,
like I
it's
said
13
earlier,
years
that's
water
more of a
rate, But
salesman.
they have to have.
He was,
it renewed
I mean,
not
he was
feasible.
good,
I
but to
remember
be
them
really
saying
good,
8 years.
just like selling
Anyways.
cars.
But it's not gonna,
Suck you into everything.
They have 13 hydro facilities.
Well, is
and
where he
they're
got
all
off on
from
the
like
tangent, is where
20, 30.
he started, we were talking about the thermal imaging in the hand display.
I remember.
And that's what I said, we can't afford that, because that adds another $2,000 or $3,000 to an air pack.
Yeah, well, and you had 1,500 things part of that air pack that, you know, it's not just a tank and a, so,
I said,
anyhow.
keep using it, and then they might keep it going, other than that, and my equipment's losing.
I didn't mean to, like, table a scrap metal thing, but
It might just sit,
I
sit
think
like it is, I don't know.
I'm sick of the quick decisions. You don't have to make a
Oh, it was a
decision
pretty
on
good
tonight.
meeting though, overall on it.
Let's,
I'm gonna take off, I gotta get my stuff ready for the morning.
Should have that done.
I've always wanted to do that.
We had that one run this afternoon, and then we got called, they hit us for that fire in Dixon. And I got on the radio with Central, and I said, are we being towed for that fire in Dixon?
but my monitor in the truck, they never toned us, I never heard it in the truck.
Yeah, we had one tone.
I knew they were getting toned.
Yep.
But I didn't know.
Yeah, and they toned us, and it was like, oh crap, we don't need to have a structure fire right now, because,
No,
because I gotta get.
right.
And so then I got a phone call Central, and said, no, they said you can disregard, and.
So what kind of fire did they have?
It came in as a structure fire, but I don't know if it
Yeah,
ended up.
possible structure fire, probably chimney fire. Hi, Don.
Hey, the brethren called today, or Dixon, Maple Grove, us, who knows which end is that
And so
called?
now you could disregard, and,
I disregarded that.
So your monitor actually went off
Yeah.
or,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's on e-dispatch, so.
Yeah.
oh yeah, my phone did go off, my pager didn't though.
And
somebody
so it was like,
probably-
well, the way this afternoon is starting out, I'm gonna finish getting my stuff ready
At
for in
least
the
they
morning,
didn't
at
hit the all
least
county.
Yeah,
that's
I-
done.
I'm kinda ready. I was hoping to be
Mhm.
done with work at 4, go home. Well, by the time I got back,
Well, it's a rude
my
awakening
trailer was
going
still
on
sitting in
3
the
in
leaf
morning
thing, and I'm like, I
It's
can't
for
get that there.
somebody else.
So,
That's happened.
we're cruising up.
That would
I
be
was
bad.
on
Yeah.
Yeah, every
37, we
county
were just
going on stuff.
before, I don't know what
Oh,
road
that would
is
have
that,
a lot of
when you're on
angry people.
37, it takes you back into Brother and across Red Bridge and,
Coat.
yes.
Yep.
So I got a bunch of traffic, I'm hitting, I don't run my siren unless I got traffic in front of me or whatever, cause that's a long ways to siren. So I had some cars in front of me, I had 3 of them, and 3 of them in front of me and a bunch coming at me. So out of the 3, the 2 front ones pull over, the one that's right in front of me keeps going.
Well,
There's
yeah,
a
everybody's
DNR
pulling over
officer
just
coming
for
at
him.
me. He goes in the middle of the road and flips on his overhead. that truck went. Never seen. The other 2 in front of
You've
me
never been scared
pulled
the
over.
crap out of until you're running emergent and you have somebody pull to the left in front of you.
Well, and it makes me. I don't get nervous, but when you go through Chum's Corner, that's
But I was just north
that's
of the
like
stoplight in
16
Interlochen.
lanes wide all the way
When they pulled
around.
over to the left on you,
Well,
it's like,
I've got lucky to where a few times I've done that going up there code is my left turn lanes are empty. So I'm like, perfect, because everybody always wants to pull. For the last 2 or 3 times I've done it, everything is full except for the very, very far right turn lane. I'm like here and I'm like, turn everything on.
Light 'em up and go.
And you ease through this huge intersection and everybody's like, and everybody does. They're usually pretty good. I'm glad we got lots of lights and loud siren, because those intersections.
The person gets right in the middle, with the window down, and hit the air horn.
I wish we had we should put a cue on that.
Those are fun days.
Yeah, that siren that's on there is pretty loud though.
It is pretty loud.
Especially when it gets left, when you leave it on dual.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done it before going up there too, where I had to turn it on. There was a deer on the side of the road, and I think the siren made it like, I don't know which way to go, because it was in the middle of the road going, which way do I go? So it's like, sometimes the siren's even worse, because it was like, where do I go?
That's what people do too, so.
It's like, you're gonna go under my truck if you don't go left or right. I sent a picture of that to my wife, and she says, what's this for? What is it called? New
It's
Facebook
the new Facebook where she's
page.
paid for keeping that, because the.
So yeah, that accident,
Mhm.
$6,035.42.
The
55 and average?
The stinky one? The stinky one?
Yeah.
Paid in full.
Perfect.
You still have to call the liner for the illegal burns.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen tomorrow.
Warfield
Warfield.
Road.
Oh, the corner?
But they
Yeah.
didn't know anything about it, and it's like we moved.
You took my fire line tape down and proceeded to light another fire and then put the fire line tape up and you
Oh,
didn't know
the one-
anything about it?
The one over here?
Yeah.
Here's your sign, people.
What sign do you not get that there's fire tape
Yeah.
in your driveway?
Wasn't that the one that I talked to you, mentioned something to you, chief?
What's that?
Wasn't that the one with that fire when we went there 2 or 3 times? I said you need like a receipt thing like a waitress uses, so you got a copy in there and stick it on their door and say,
Yeah.
you're an idiot. Call me. Well, she's probably
You
still
need
got that
somebody like
on.
that, you need a statement, have them sign it, saying, I know this is an illegal burn and will not do it again. And,
They weren't there.
I know.
Yeah, they weren't
You
there.
know, there's nobody there, I came by there today, nobody there.
Their argument is that they're cleaning up the blight.
Which, okay, fine. What was that
Get
big
another
dumpster for?
Yeah, the first
That
time.
dumpster was only like half full. I looked at it that night we were there.
The first night we were there, there was a shovel and a wheelbarrow in it. When me and Jack went there by ourselves, they were burning all that trash, and there was a shovel and a wheelbarrow and a rake, I think. And I'm like, what? Why do you have a dumpster here?
Smaller version.
It's over now, it's over.
Oh, yeah.
I was just thinking the same thing, because I just said a few things that is probably still on.
We could do something like that too.
What's that?
I think the other way
She
would
said,
be.
stand up and pull your
That would be so good too.
because they're probably still video. I don't know if it's live or not.
We could do that and then I could bring the people and do all.
Why are they still here? They're just gonna come out and say, anybody opposed to adjourn, and they're all gonna go, aye.
Well, they have to officially vote on this closed door session.
I do.
I'm still looking forward though, because April was.
Sydney?
I've been counsel.
Oh.
Oh, I know. Are they
I
supposed to
don't
be
even
coming?
wanna know. Just wanna
I
go
know,
to work and go
I know
home.
this.
Yep. Do my job.
Sure I will.
Yeah, so I got 4 weeks of physical therapy, 2 days a week, and then reevaluation.
So Ron, I went and dumped my trailer full of leaves. It got kinda dark. There's lots of little critters that crawl around in that leaf pile 30 minutes. gets dark.
See the fox?
I was, I haven't seen the fox come out of there, but I seen a fox just the other day.
Playing in the middle of Seaman Road the other day with a mouse.
It was.
The mouse would go, and she pounced, the mouse would go pounce.
Yeah.
Just back and forth across the
I
road.
think that family that's around here are gray fox, cause they're kinda.
Oh, this one was a red fox.
Cause I seen a little gray one, kinda scraggly, running right here, running right up Spruce.
One less red fox, but those. Yeah, you got it, chickens.
I can't believe he got that, did it come back for more chickens and he heard it, or did he?
Yeah, they was out looking for the chickens.
Ooh, what was that? Uh-oh, Mike's burning leaves, he just blew something up.
Well,
Something just went bang.
and,
Well, we'll know shortly if something,
Well, he said to me the other night when we got, I don't know where we were at the fire meeting or what, he says, you want a couple of chickens and a fox?
Go off.
Did you get your fox that got your chicken? He said, damn right I did.
yeah, got 3 of his chickens,
I'm
and
just getting a
he's
little
down
excited.
the road looking for him, and the fox came across the road. Seen him?
Just jumping the gun and sketching.
And so he went back to the house, got a shotgun, and put it up on the golf cart, and spotlight, and fox was sitting there 15 feet away, and he smoked him with a turkey log.
That doesn't happen. That, turkey log?
Yep.
Oops.
Yep. So,
We came back from Traverse and that Mike across the road from the fire station, not across, but
yeah.
he's got freaking leaf pine.
Oh, yeah, big time.
And they were burning the bottom of his pine trees. There's like sparks coming from. He was burning the other day, and I ain't kidding you, people had slowed down going down. Seaman.
oh,
The smoke was just.
his fire had to be 10 feet high.
Oh, easily.
Well, they're getting drier now.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't gonna say it out loud on Facebook, but I was in a meeting, and I'm thinking, I can take care of these and that big thing. I'll just want to go find a flare, drive by and throw that sucker in there. Put it on here. Nah, it ain't gonna work. It's so, the thing is, if somebody could really get it set because we're filling it, it's very mushy. There's been a couple of times when I push the leaves back and all of a sudden it'll go. And I'm like, oh shit. Cause that hit a soft spot. It's just, it's like,
Well, and technically, if somebody really done it, you know, that could possibly fill in a wetland area and could turn into a DEQ deal.
oh, talking about bones. I left it laying in the park and I wanted to take it. I ain't kidding you, when I was sucking up leaves, I found a bone this big, this long, and the joints or whatever on the ends were easily this big around. It had been, it's gotta be like from a cow,
Yeah, probably.
but how did it get in the park?
It was a big dog. That big dog that tried to eat our face off a couple weeks ago. Probably that big dog. So that big dog would eat the one
I'm
over
glad
the
I
7th
missed a
Street.
step somewhere.
Oh, yes, that.
So that big dog
Yeah.
would eat somebody's face
Was it
off
real?
as it's
Was it
chewing a
real
big
or was it
bone.
Oh, no, it was
I
real.
was over here for
Like
this,
was real.
where you have glass, okay, you had a dog that its paws were at the top of the glass, and it was right here.
It was trying to eat my face off through the window.
And was that the one where she wasn't gonna unlock the door, right?
Yes.
So we knew the dog was mean because she wouldn't let us in. She's having medical issues and she wasn't gonna let us in until the dog got penned up, so we're like, so it's gonna eat us.
Oh, over here?
Yeah, what's
And then you get in the house and the dog runs from you.
You know, you gotta get through the door first.
Get to the door.
I thought maybe you were talking about
Yeah.
that Great Dane that
He
almost
ran-
ate us out in the
He-
trailer park.
When we were last time, the dog literally ran from me. I went and opened the door to the back room. Gone.
He wasn't running from me.
Oh, that was the same guy that met us at Trunk or Treat.
Yeah.
We got to the, a medical at, was it Tippy Dam? Is that where we were? last
Spring, winter?
and we opened the camper trailer door. So when you gotta walk up into a trailer.
Oh, the guy
And
that
as
used to
soon as
live
we
out
opened the
there.
door, was this like 7-foot tall, dark, kind of gray, Great Dane. Great Dane, and they're like this tall, and this thing stood there, and I'm like,
Space is rated too.
as soon as you open the door to find out, cause there was a,
And it's like,
cause
hi.
he was sitting on the fire, and his daughter or whatever, and I opened the door, and they're, woof. It won't hurt you, I'm like, it's not gonna hurt, cause he's just gonna gulp me in one gulp. I don't trust them dogs. I mean, unless they're just like, but if they're barking, I don't.
See, big dogs, I'm not scared of the big ones. I'm like, you guys are probably the worst you're gonna do is probably just try
See,
not to be
Willie
over
and
and
Dolly would
slobber.
bark at you, but as soon as you went at them,
Yeah.
they would turn and run. Because they're scared.
When it's those little ones,
Yeah, but the
Oh,
little
big
ones-
fighters,
But
yes.
the little ones are dead.
Bark at that dog, and it's gonna.
If you see
it
him
will
coming.
shoot through the glass and get me.
yeah. You've never met Scott Star's dogs, have you?
I've heard Star talk about hers, and I would probably never go to their house to meet their dog.
So ask Janet, she should know. She goes, hi Charlie.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
gonna-
one house back.
I mean, if you're here in town, I have to look at
And they were like right here. I went back to.
He's from Yorkie Chihuahua.
Where'd you say?
And he'll hide behind a couch and a table or something.
Y'all would come
So I
in.
sit down and we, you know, goodbye. And as I go to walk out the door,
Those dogs.
comes out of nowhere and attaches
That's good,
himself
because
right
we
to the
can't
back
get
of
in
your
there, don't
cat
let it
every damn time.
I
Yeah.
have nothing ever to do with any kind of a pit bull. I ran from where I came from.
Oh, shit, girlfriend.
Sitting in a chair in her backyard, throwing a ball. She's a little mini, what was last, collie? The little
Border
mini-
collie?
Yeah, border collie. And another one similar to that, but I think it was not a purebred, but, and her. Like catch, do it all the time, back and forth. Pit bull. And came back, and all of a sudden, she just chewed her arm like a piece of chicken, and wouldn't let go.
All right, come out of closed session at 8 o'clock exactly. Make a motion to come out of closed session.
I'll make a motion, I'll second.
All in favor? Aye, okay. Okay, so dealing with, personnel / official, complaint issues. I make a motion that we have Norman Township Attorney Tom Greer look into these allegations and present his findings to the board when he sees, after he has done his investigation.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? No. I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Have a good night, everybody.
Good luck hunting.
Mine's already hanging.
Got it on a leash, eh?
I wish.
And that guy you thought that was second in his rifle?